Soma FM. Hello, folks. I'm gonna run a quick ad break and then I will be right back with a little surprise. Alright. So, as our intro song today, I've got a nice little treat for you all. Here's the original song by Twitch superstar and fellow elite commander Lisa Fox.
I'm scared I'm alone.
That was awesome. Love it. That was Liska Chan, and it was rad. All right, let's get Elite up and running. I was gonna set up Pug Cam today, but the boy is upstairs. Doesn't want to hang out with me. Damn, Radio Sidewinder's going ham this morning. This afternoon. All right, we'll get this started, and then we'll probably put on the today's episode of Galnet News. I haven't watched it yet, so I'm pretty excited to do so. We'll see what they have to say. We're only a few weeks, 20 days away from Odyssey Alpha, which is going to be great. Spirit of Laylapse will be departing in 1 week, 1 day, and 6 hours. Oh.
The signal is Radio Sidewinder.
Let's take a look at this. We are still in the top 10%. Nice. Let's see what Inara has to say about what the numbers are looking like. Community goal, feeding the Galactic Summit. According to Inara, top 10% starts at 23,499. I think I have 24 something. 25,360. So if I put some distance today, maybe tonight offline or
Help us spread the
stuff,
sizzle
we should be
of
good.
any part of our
We should be able to stay
Join
in the top
Radio Cycling
10%.
crew. Visit us today in McLean Ring, Taylor. Contact
Let's
Radio Cycling crew.
let's get out of here.
Join today.
Machine released. Engines engaged.
Help us spread the sizzle. Join today. RadioCyclinder.com. Radio Cycling is the city. The city is Radio Cycling. Praise the city. Praise the city.
Alright, let's take a look at the Super Cruise news from today. Well, let me just pause on our radio Sidewinder. Let's fast forward through the countdown. There we go.
Frameshift live charging.
Good afternoon and welcome to this episode of Super Cruise News. I'm Arthur Tommy, Community Manager at Frontier, and I'm joined by the ever astute, the beautiful, youthful, forever young, dashing, charming, wonderful Bruce Perudo. Welcome, Bruce.
Thank you very much for the incredibly and unusually kind introduction, Arthur. I appreciate it. Greetings, Commanders. It's very exciting to be back with you again for another edition of the Super Cruise News.
Yes, so now I forgot, is this issue 20 or 33?
26. We're on.
There you go, absolutely nailed it. 26, episode 26. So, so this show, Bruce, just to give you an idea, we're going to go through some news. Bruce will be playing through some of the CG. I will be sort of streaming the screen. I will be answering some questions. I'm sure there's some questions from last week's assets. So any of the questions that sort of pop up in chat reference the mission playthrough we showed you. I will do my best to answer or log to get answers from our dev team. So that's what we're going to do. And then we've got a special guest at the end who we want to bring on and say hello to. So stick around for that. But first off, we have some news. So Bruce, you want to get into the news?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to touch on a few bits today, guys. We have some game news, some community news, and some Reddit highlights for you. I was just distracted by the chat, actually. particularly a comment by Atomic Gortz, which in 4 words is "Arf is so cool." I think it's the slouch beanie.
Hey, I'm using it because I'm trying to desperately cling on to my youth. Desperately, like claws are dug into the table. I'm not going to grow old gracefully. I will just continue to. Next week it'll be a cap on backwards or sideways. I think I'll do a sideways cap.
Hello, fellow kids. Right.
Oh, we should say some 07s to the chat. See, there's quite a lot of people in today. So Commander CyberTX 07, Wheezy 07, Dahir 07, Golden Knight 07, Heather G as always 07. Thank you, and again thank you to all of our mods that are in here doing great work. So thank you 07 to the mods. Gets Helix 07, English Jen. Loads of people in, so welcome. No drops on this stream. You just have our wonderful nuggets of information that we'll be dropping today. But drops will return, and as I said before, I know we have seen and we do know that people have a lot of the purple drops. We are working with these new shinies, so it won't always be purple. I promise you that. So yeah, 07 everyone, thanks for joining. Sorry, Bruce.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. We have heard what you guys have said about the purple drops. We would like to continue them at some point in the future, but we understand that maybe here and there in the meantime, we do something a little bit different. So we are working on that. Cool. Yeah. So game-wise, then, in case you missed it somehow last week, we released a bit of Odyssey gameplay. So we showcased a mission playthrough where 3 commanders were tasked with extracting a power regulator. You can check that out using !Odyssey mission if you're on Twitch. Otherwise, if you're on YouTube, just check out the Elite Dangerous channel and you'll be able to see the VOD. Afterwards, we interviewed Gareth Hughes, so one of the lead designers.
The nicest guy.
Really cool guy.
Yeah.
And we talked about Odyssey and the mission playthrough itself, as well as some sort of periphery stuff to do with Odyssey in general. An !Odyssey interview will take you to a recap of that conversation. You could also watch it on the same stream on YouTube if you missed it. That was a really nice chat, actually. Like I say, Gareth is excellent at what he does, and we've learned a lot from him.
Yeah, and we have listened to a lot of the feedback from the video. Actually, I think what I'll do as well, whilst we're doing this stream and we're playing the game, I'll please share some behind the scenes stuff, which I think you guys are pretty like about how we recorded it and stuff like that. We might go into like a full version. I think it might have been Alec Turner suggested it in one of the, I can't remember, I saw it at a forum somewhere about doing like a almost a director's commentary where we talk about how we record certain things, which I think is a cool idea. If we get time, we'll do it. I also want to talk and share about some of the stories we had when we made it. So I'll go into some of those details in today's stream. So if you have questions about that particular mission and what we did and didn't do, how hard it was, etc., please feel free to drop those in. I have seen some of the questions, some of the concerns raised from the video about some of the AI. I think was one of the key things. The devs are. I want to reiterate again that is pre-alpha footage. So all the stuff we record there is old stuff. There's old engine, old AI. And the devs are very keen to stress that AI issue has been addressed, and they are always looking at tweaking it. And of course, with the alpha coming up the 29th, it's a super important piece for the devs to get as many players as they can into the alpha, because you can build features for a game, but you don't really know how they're going to perform or how they're going to work correctly until you get the numbers in, which is very, very difficult to do, especially with a game like Elite and when you've only got a dev team working in. So alpha is going to be really, really important. So yes, the AI has been looked at, and it is not the AI, which I will assure you, although some of you said looked worryingly easy, I can confirm from experience they are not easy.
Yeah, so I know AI was probably the number one thing that we saw comments on after showing the mission playthrough, and Arthur, I think, was alluding to what's just come to mind, which is there were many takes or run-throughs or attempts where we were just instantly killed, or our ship was blown up, or something went wrong just because of how strong the AI actually was. So bearing that in mind, there are different and I think we touched on this in the interview with Gareth, actually. So there are going to be versions of the AI based on things like the state of the settlement or the faction or whatever the case may be that will be higher ranked and more difficult to kill and better at killing you. Mm-hmm. It's also very much a case of how upgraded your your suits and your weapons are versus theirs. That kind of thing is all taken into account. So for the mission playthrough, for the sake of showing the content, we didn't want to just be instantly killed or blown up, so there's a little bit of artistic license there, don't worry.
And I've said it before. Red barrels do go bang. So although we did do it plenty of times, and red barrels do go bang. It's a staple, right? You can't have red barrel and they don't explode. So they do go bang. So yeah. Sorry, Bruce. Carry on.
No, all good. All right, so the last little bit of news attached to that, if you haven't seen it already, was we added an end slate to that asset, which announced the launch date of the alpha. So if you're on PC and you've pre-ordered the deluxe alpha version of Odyssey, you can help us fine-tune the game as of the 29th of March with your feedback through access to the alpha. To join in, just head to the Frontier store to pre-order using !Odyssey pre-order. More details on the alpha and how to get access will be coming very soon. Obviously, it's fewer than 3 weeks away now, which is incredibly exciting.
Yes, 20 days to be exact, young Bruce. And actually, the communication for the alpha stuff I'm actually working on right now. Well, not right now, on stream right now, obviously, but it's my high priority list. So I'm just going through the different phrasings of what will happen in alpha and stuff like that. So I want to get that as clear as possible and send it out to you all.
Yeah, a very fair question there from Aurum Works about how the pre-order suit looks. It's called the Pioneer suit, right? Which
Correct.
is an exclusive for anyone who does pre-order. I haven't actually seen it myself, but I wonder if that's something we might be able to tease or show. I don't want to get in trouble here, but maybe we can give you guys.
No. Look, I've said this before on stream. It's something people have pre-ordered and you want to see it. I think they're just working through final artwork on it, if I'm being totally honest. So I will get it. It's something you want to see, and it's something I think you should see. So I will absolutely be hassling them. I brought it up in today's meeting. I will hassle them in departments, but obviously, I don't know if you listened to the Flight Assist podcast I did with Mel and Psyche, but one of the things I said is it's understanding that when we put an asset out nowadays, it's not like when we used to do assets. When I was a boy, and you would get stuff in a magazine, you'd look at an image in the magazine, you'd go, oh, that's really cool, and you'd put it away, and that would be done. In today's world, you put an image out here, an asset or a screenshot, and it is, dismantled down to every pixel. And it could be concept, it could just be like, what was okay in the past doesn't work anymore. Then when it goes out, it's like that is fact, that's what's going to happen. And so everyone's very, very careful to make sure what goes out is what you're going to get. And we don't want to sort of get that wrong. So it does take a little bit of time. I do appreciate you want to see it. I will hassle the right people to get that.
Excellent. All right, last little bit in terms of in-game news, and this is the actual in-game stuff. Regarding the lore, so the Galactic Summit is now ongoing in the Sirius system. And this week you've had two ways, starting last week, you've had two ways to support it. Obviously the CG will end this Thursday. You can either defend the summit by cashing in bounties, which we're going to be doing a little bit of on stream later today, or you can help feed the summit and the people attending, the people attending rather than the summit itself, by delivering fruit and veg, animal meat, fish, coffee, and wine. Tier 1 has been met, I believe, already, so it's essentially complete. It's just a question of whether everyone will reach the final tier for the stretch rewards, but it has been completed, so the top 75% of commanders will get a permanent Sirius permit, as well as the Cobra Mark III acceleration white paint job. I don't know if we have a picture of that.
I do. It's on the content page, Bruce, and I'm terrified to go to that page just yet. So remind me to go back to that in a moment.
No
it is all. Look, everyone knows when I'm hosting a stream, it's never going to be perfect. I will always get something wrong. So I put all of the content in the content page, lined up all the little pictures, and then didn't put it into any particular order. So when we go to content, who knows what we're going to see? But it will be.
Oh, that's more exciting. Just spin the wheel, see what we get. And the top 25.
I haven't seen this paint job either.
The acceleration gold version of that paint job, whereas the top 10, and that's like not 10%, but the actual top 10 will be getting a free Imperial Clipper. !CG for the details. You can still get involved. Like I say, it cuts off on Thursday morn. So if you haven't reached that any of those brackets yet, and you still want to push for them, get involved. That just about wraps things up for the game news. We have some community bits to touch on. Arthur, would you like me to cover those, or are you?
No, I've taken your feedback on board, Bruce, and you asked for the Bruce sandwich, which I'm quite excited to be part of, and I shall be the filling in this. So in the community news, which there are only 3 points. One of them relates to me. Now, I'm going to be reading from a sheet because I haven't done my homework. Unlike Burrito, I've been a terrible boss by just rocking up to the stream like some sort of rock star and getting it all wrong. So, community news first up. Huge congratulations to the Sky Shark and Captain Metzi on completing the Operation Starlight Escape charity streams. They raised a total of $1,750 for the charity Starlight. So a big well done to them. And if you want to find out more about the Starlight and those commanders, please use !Starlight in the chat. So well done. I love the fact that our community does this with us. So big shout out to the Sky Shark and Metzi for that. Awesome work. Shout out to Commander Orange Phoenix, made this fantastic wood carving of an asp. I need to be going to the content page of this. Orange Phoenix and the asp, remind me, it will be shown on the next page. This was given away to charity too, so congrats Orange Phoenix for doing that. I will show the asp in a second. And then obviously I appeared on this week's Flight Assist podcast to discuss all things Elite Dangerous. And if you use !Flight Assist to give it a listen, on Spotify, and if you don't use Spotify, it's available elsewhere. Just give it a Google. Flight Assist is a great show actually. So if you do like some real casual sort of Elite Dangerous chat, it's well worth having a look.
Yeah, Flight Assist is great. So it's hosted, if you haven't tuned in already, guys, by lovely content creators Psykit and Mal for the Win. Those guys make excellent hosts. They've just kicked off season 2, which Arthur's just said is on Spotify. It's a real treat because they talk.
Thank you so much, Jeremy.
Stuff, but actually
cheers, my dude.
More of a focus on the commanders themselves and people who are actually making and doing things in the game, and their sort of motivations and whatnot. And that's really, really nice. Cool angle.
So what I'm going to do, Bruce, I'm going to fix the content page, and if it doesn't all set on fire, we'll see what's there, and I'm going to pick up that asp if I can find it. So give me 2 seconds. Bear with me, chat. Here we go. We're on set of screenshots, but that's okay. It's okay. I can do this. Have faith in me, chat. Here I am. I'm moving through the files. Wooden asp. Seen it. Put that one on. I've just got to turn that one off. Ta-da! There we go. There's the wooden asp. And we can see Stephen, who was supposed to be secret. He's supposed to be our secret guest. I'm gonna move. Don't look at Stephen. He's not there. Just move him across. Push him. Push him away. Push it. There we go. There you go. Go away, Stephen. It's not for you. There we go. Excellent.
Hijacking our stream.
How dare he? How dare he? And now, no, everything's going wrong. Everything's going wrong. There we go. It's there. It's there. This is better than we could have planned it, to be fair. It's all going horribly wrong. Right, okay, so this do. Bruce, you're now awkwardly to the right-hand side of the screen. This is the asp from Orange Phoenix and given to charity. So well done, Commander Orange Phoenix, for doing that. Let me just scroll this over. Nice work. So I'm going to try and miss something else. So we asked about the Cobra, the white gold Cobra and stuff like that, right? So let's have a look at what these are. These are really nice. These are really, really nice skins, actually.
They are.
Big fan of this. I don't know if anyone's watched the show The Boys, but it reminds me of Starlight's uniform. It's got a very superhero-ish vibe to it, but very, very cool skins which were rewarded for last CG, I believe, isn't it, Bruce?
They'll be rewarded for this upcoming CG.
Oh, there we go. So even more reason to get involved then. Really, really cool.
Yeah, there's still time to get your hands on these guys. If I mean, you might have to make a bit of a push because obviously it's the last couple of days. But yeah, get yourself into that top 75% at least, and you'll get the white version of this.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So next up, Bruce, it's Bruce, and let's see how much more I can get wrong on this stream. Doing well. 5 things I've got wrong so far.
I've nearly crossed off and got a whole line on my bingo card.
Wait till we try and show gameplay, then it's a jackpot time. Okay, so we're on to Reddit highlights, I believe, Bruce.
Yeah, I think so. Cool. So, following the mission playthrough of Odyssey last week, Commander Rini of Burpit fame has decided to check out the planet the mission took place on and compare it, so the base game version to the Odyssey version, and created a really nice clip, sort of, nice clip of them side by side, which will...
It's great, actually. I'm really angry
nice.
because the birds got ahead of us in this one. This is something that I wanted to do. But yeah, it's an amazing clip and really demonstrates the difference in planetary tech that you're going to see.
Yeah,
here, obviously.
definitely. I mean, I expect players will be doing a lot of this with their favorite planets and sort of comparing before and afters and seeing the level of upgrade that is coming in Odyssey. It really is staggering.
Yeah, we had Dr. K on. It was last week before, and this really does highlight the staggering amount of work that she does and her team does to get this sort of update in. It's just absolutely mind-blowing. As I said before, when Bruce and I sat down to play Odyssey for the first time, we were literally looked at each other and were like, this just looks and feels like a new game. And that's the impact you have when you look at it like that. It's incredible, absolutely incredible. All yours, Bruce. Sorry, mate.
All right. Up next, Commander Brono, Commander Steam Vision, and Commander Infernal Moose and Commander Ghosty managed to reach a fleet carrier on an SRV by nudging it along. There's a full video on YouTube, and you can head to the Reddit thread using !SRV stunt to see this in action. It's quite the feat, and I believe we have an image to share for this one as well.
It's on screen already, Bruce. I'm trying to claw it back. I'm trying to claw back my editing skills, my production skills. It's lost. I'm not going to get this job again. I know. I've blown it. But it's a really cool video. It's also got some really chill music to it as well, despite the lunacy of what they're attempting. It's a pretty chill video to watch. So,
the absolute madmen have only gone and done it. No, fair play to them. I mean, this is almost sort of Malik level of jumping an SRV from one planet to another, just pushing the boundaries of what's possible in the game, just because you can, and I really respect that. I would like, I'm excited, to see what you guys get up to in terms of trying to break stuff and see what buttons you can push in Odyssey, because obviously there's going to be a whole new level to this kind of thing. Yeah. But what an incredible screenshot there. That looks really, really nice. Well done, guys.
It encapsulates what we've always said, which is we have an idea, or we think we know what you're going to do with the tools we provide, and then you go and do something that's just entirely not what we had ever imagined you'd be able to do. So Odyssey will just bring that to a new level. Sorry, I had to lean down there. My phone, I daren't say his name, but Siri just started piping up like I was talking to my phone and started doing stuff. So I have to it's like it's possessed. Honestly, it's the worst thing in the world there. Sorry, Bruce, carry on.
All good. Up next, we have a 1-minute video from user Tricky-Perception on Reddit, who went deep into a range cloud.
I'll be right back, cool kids.
And gets dark very fast.
Hold up.
If you want to check out this cloud, it's in the...
I have it. So we're going to play it, Bruce.
It's in the Shrogo GGYE119 system. I will paste that name into the chat on Twitch and YouTube in the meantime, just so if you guys want to visit it, you can. But here's a quick peek.
This always looks very scary to me, going through these clouds. But he's in a Conda, so, if you're going to do it, that's the ship to do it in. Chat, let me know if this is too loud, by the way. I haven't adjusted any of the sound levels of this stuff, so I do apologise. Someone just said event horizon vibes, anyone? Absolutely. Who's that? And there we go. Awesome. So that was, is that the last one? I think it might be the last one, Bruce. Was that the last thing?
I believe it was.
And then we move on to one of my favourite sections, which is the stellar screenshots. So I don't know, we'll start at the top, I guess, and work our way down.
Sure.
Okay, so we are starting here. So we had an early preview of this, but this is on an asteroid base. So this is Commander, now I want to say Navis, but the 3 could be a B, right? So Benavis?
Benavis or E-Navis?
Oh, yeah, it could be Navis. We'll go with Navis. Really cool shot.
Okay.
This almost looks like concept art when you look at concept art when it's drawn in. Really cool shot. Asteroid bases are super cool. If you haven't been to one, I would suggest you go out there. There's one in the Witch Head as well, which I think is very near the Fargoids. We're doing some stuff out there, some nefarious stuff, no doubt.
Yeah, asteroid bases are really, really cool, outside and in. This is a really nice shot that you won't see too often unless you happen to land at one. But I love how like the inside of the surface is just the rock itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. A nice thing about this perspective actually as well for anyone. Well, I guess you guys will see it in about 20 days time, but you know that shot, I think it was from the original trailer where it's from the perspective of inside the sort of social area, and you can see through the glass the mail slot and ships flying in and all of that. You'll be able to do that in the game and in real time, see other commanders like leaving and going. And for stations like this, that's just going to look incredible.
And I will point out, as everyone knows, it's played Elite for some time. Don't loiter, trying to get a good shot, because they don't like it when you loiter around pads in stations, especially in a very expensive ship, because it won't be very expensive for a while, for a long time after. Sorry. So next up we have Commander BCLV Balaclava. Maybe it's short for Balaclava. I don't know. I'm going to say it's
Or BC level 4, maybe.
could be BC level 4. These are really cool. These are what Bruce once informed me were called spiky boys. Is this correct, Bruce? This is what they call
That is the
spiky
technical
boys?
term, yes.
Then when you took me out in I think it was a Condor actually, Explorer Condor we went out in, didn't we?
Was it the Explorer Condor or the Banana Condor? I can't remember which it was.
No,
One
I
of the
think
two.
I think it was Explorer Condor we went out in. But these are really cool. And there might be some squishy, but no, there's no squishy boys I can see there either. Just spiky boys. The spiky boys.
Yeah, very nice.
Rini has confirmed that is the correct terminology. So it's good. I feel happy about that. So next up we have Commander Daniel A. Illy. What a shot this is. I do like just the star between these two planetary bodies. Just incredible. And also the Guardian Fighter. Lots of blue. Big fan of this.
Yeah, very nice. Very careful choice of the SLF there to really fit in nicely.
Yeah, and
that's really good. I mean, I haven't seen the others yet, but this strikes me as a contender for a very early first quarter of the year contender for a 2021 Hall of Fame. It's super nice.
Yeah, it's really, really nice. And again, if you want to get involved in Stellar Screenshots, Bruce, you want to let people know how they can get involved in Stellar Screenshots?
Yeah, absolutely. So every week we post threads on Twitter and Facebook where we list the Stellar Screenshots of the week. Just reply to those with your Stellar Screenshots. Ideally in a 16:9 ratio resolution, so that would be 1080p, 2K, 4K, if you can. We also have a forum thread, so in the news and bulletin section, we'll be able to find the thread where we collect the winners from every week. If you do get featured, you'll be winning one of 3 unique, cannot be obtained anywhere else paint jobs for the Asp Explorer.
Cool. There we go. I don't have images for them, by the way, chat, so I'm not being rubbish and not showing it on the screen. I have not put them on, so I guess I'm still being rubbish. Oh, anyways, I'm just rubbish. Next up is Dice Strike, Commander Dice Strike. Lovely little shot here, and nice contrast to the blue, actually, this sort of green hue of a Diamondback just sat on a pad. But really cool shot here. I like the positioning. I like the colour as well. It's so green. We don't often get. It sounds like a really silly thing to say. We don't often get sort of green hue features. I know the SPVFA, on their Facebook page, are doing a series of sort of colours, and they do like it'll be like orange, and then everyone will submit their shots of orange. I don't think I've seen the green or the green version, but this is really cool. I like this. I like shots like this.
Yeah, kind of a misty green going on. Yeah. Nice.
Quite possibly contended for the greatest name in the history of Elite Dangerous, Commander Fantastic Sport. Lovely shot here of just like the sort of, it's almost like there's a storm kicking off on that gas giant, and then obviously an ice. I'd say it's an ice ring, isn't it? I'm assuming it's an ice ring. I can't see the ship because the name is over the ship. It's a Condor, isn't it? I'm zooming in. That's a Condor. Enhance. That is a Condor, I think, flying through the ice rings. But that's a really cool shot. Really like this shot. Next up, we have Optimus Prime. Optimus Prime. Yeah, this is great. I'd say it's the where is this? Where is this taken? Actually, this is inside a station somewhere, right?
It looks. I could be wrong, but I think it's one of the tourist-themed stations. It reminds me of that, at least if it's not. But I'm sure an eagle-eyed viewer in the audience will tell us.
Yeah,
if
please
not.
let us know whereabouts this is. This is really cool. I love stuff like this. I'm going to get it wrong. It might have been Alec Turner that flew around Coriolis Station, sort of in the actual sort of like almost like a trench run of Star Wars. Flew right in and started flying around it, and you get to see parts of the models that you never look at. And it's I love seeing stuff like this up close. Cool. Probably an agricultural station. Judging by the colours, that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Some say it's an onion head farm. It's illegal, don't you know? Right. So next up, we have Commander Maester James. All red. This is a cool shot of an asteroid belt right near the star. Really cool shot here. Now it's a Kraid. Or is it a Phantom, Bruce? You know your Kraid. I don't really know the Kraids. Phantom.
So it's got the dual engines there, which is a sign of it being a Phantom.
Yes, I like.
Oh, Mark II.
It is a Mark II, is it? Okay. I've been. I think I said this in the previous show. My first ever joyride in multiplayer was in a Kraid Phantom, and I do like the cockpit. I love the way the cockpit sits. It reminds me of it's very Aliens-esque. It sort of sits underneath some of the hull and stuff like that. It's really cool. Reminds me of the was it Prometheus? I think where they have the sort of hangar in front. It's a really cool ship to sit in and be part of a multi-crew. So that's a really cool shot. And then we have a few more to go. I want to apologies if I get this name horribly wrong. Some more spiky boys here, all purple this time. Commander Matt Corver. But again, we've had blue, red, purple, green, Bruce, so far today. Just
Very nice.
I don't know what that means, and it's not. I think it's a claim we're hiding messages from places. Bruce, I don't know what that means.
No, I couldn't comment on that. I'm not sure exactly what they mean.
No idea what that means.
Yeah, really nice shot though. I like that
It's a
they've
really nice
got
shot.
one of the spiky boys, one of the crystals, all the way up close in the foreground, so you can get a nice close inspection of it. And obviously the background, yeah, very nice. Well done to Matt Corver.
I see Dice Striker's just joined the chat. Dice Striker, what have you missed? You've missed a lot of stuff, which I'm sure you bring up, but you missed your shot being showcased on Status Screenshots. But it was a great shot. Thank you, Dice Striker, for joining. So next up, and I think we've only got one more after this, I think, is Commander Tugi. Nice little shot of another Diamondback there. Do you know what a Diamondback reminds me of? It looks like a rabbit with his ears down. It looks like my rabbit, actually, with his ears down, just on the floor. A mini lock.
I see it. I can see it, yeah.
Yeah, it's very, and then the SRV in perspective, and it looks like brain trees I can see in the distance.
Just through the wheel arch, yeah, you can see the good spot. It almost looks like the SRV is just massive and it's a little ditty GVX.
I think that's what made me think of it as a rabbit, because it looks so small. And I was like, oh, it looks like a wizard. That's a cool shot. Thank you very much there to send that one in. And then last but by no means least, I love this shot. So Commander Sleep Run around a ringed Earth-like world. There's so much going on here. It's beautiful. I love the fisheye perspective drawn right back, so you get the rings going around it. I like the fact you can see it's Earth-like because obviously the night side of the world's got the lights on, and then obviously that is. Oh, I'm terrible with this. No, it's not Chieftain. Is that a beluga?
It looks like one of those line of ships. My knowledge of the passenger ships is not as good as it should. It could be a dolphin, but I will allow the chat to educate me on this.
I'm going beluga. I'm saying beluga.
Orca.
Orca.
I'm being told.
Oh,
Okay.
go. God damn it.
Both of us missed
I
the
know.
mark. Fine.
I know. Well, it was close, but no cigar, Bruce. No cigar. Right, so let's go back to us real quickly. Cool. There's no interlopers on this shot. That's good. Just talking about the ring-like world there, and one of the questions that came up when Dr. K was on, and people I did say get the answer for, and I had. To be fair, it wasn't Dr. K wasn't giving the answer. I hadn't asked because I was being rubbish. So ahead of the stream, I did get an answer for. Do they cast shadows on worlds in Odyssey, landable worlds in Odyssey? The answer is no, they don't. And there's many technical reasons for that. But the simple answer is no, they don't. They don't cast shadows on
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
landable worlds. So there we go. It's not stuck in a mouse slot, so obviously it's an awful long. Look, the only time those ships get stuck in a mouse. Do you remember that when we tried, was the passenger rescue missions we were doing? Just as Galnet kicked off, I think it was. I tried to do one. I just kept getting smashed into the marriage lock.
The passengers would have been safer on the burning station.
They were safe on the burning station, but hey, they got a thrill ride. At least it was a quicker death. So they,
Right, so it's more of a mercy killing than a passenger mission.
Hey, look, I went with them. It wasn't like I you know. Cool. So I think we're going to jump into your game. I'm going to talk to chat for a while. Hopefully the game is working. Right, let's load this one.
Is it just me today then?
It's just you, Bruce. And I'm saying it's all on you, so I can have a look at the chat. Chat, feel free to ask me questions about the mission playthrough. I will answer what I can, obviously what I know. As I said, information on the alpha will come very, very soon. I'm working it right now, but obviously the alpha is the 29th, so you'll get to experience all the stuff that Bruce and I and Evan got to play through for yourself.
Alrighty then. So, I'm going to be participating in the CG. I'm going to do the combat section or version of it. So let's take a look. See, I'm here at the Spirit of Laylaps in the Sirius system.
Cool.
We have two community goals at this location. I want Defense of the Galactic Summit, so let's sign up for that. You can read more details here, and you can see we've actually
Holy
reached tier
shit.
6 already.
I almost
That's a really
smashed
good
into the
effort
station.
on your part, guys. Well done.
Oh, hey.
Questionable whether we're going to reach tier 7 or not, but there's 2 days left, so if you make the push, who's to say
Killer
it's not doable.
Clown. 5181. Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you for stopping
How
by.
many times did we die in the mission? I would say a
I
lot.
appreciate that.
I would say a lot. We've done a lot. And one, like, just to get an idea of what we're doing. So obviously we had to. It was Bruce and I's first time really getting to grips with Odyssey for a long period of time, and then sort of engaging in combat. So
Hello, Governor.
The weapons, and I keep stressing this is pre-alpha, so it was like, and I'm gonna, you know, if there are devs, they would absolutely melt when they hear me talk about sort of code. So I'm going to go in the layman's terms that I understood it. So there's like trunk, which is like the main build, and there's branches off that.
I appreciate the follow, sir.
Really old branch,
Or Madam Clown.
I believe we were bantering last night, lol.
Oh shit! Right. A keelback hater. God damn. Showed his face.
So it was the first time we were sort of getting to grips with all the weapons.
Brave.
The weapons that were in that
Bravery.
worked correctly. So also we the first thing Bruce and I did was decide that we were just going to start shooting people because we thought, hey, look, we played first-person shooters.
I hope your day is going well,
and yes,
wherever you may be.
You can absolutely start going in and start fighting and stuff like that, and you will get a good few kills. But we died a lot. We died a lot trying to get out there. Obviously, it's dynamic. So what happens? Not that wasn't scripted. I did see some people say everything there was scripted in that show. I can tell you now, it was all the AI reacting and stuff like that is done via scripting and stuff like that. Not by scripting, sorry, but like via the simulation itself. So it was different every time we played through that. It was different, and that was the challenge within that capture because every time we go into the base,
Keelback is actually the first ship you can afford with a fighter buddy, so why would I hate it? Besides the shitty tutorial.
Yeah.
Then also we tried to assess the
Keelback was my first baby.
We are.
I named it after my real-life motorcycle.
There's a lot
of emotional attachment to that ship.
I do remember you coming up against some elite guards and getting absolutely pasted.
Yeah, so there was one playthrough where we were in the power room and we ripped the regulator.
It also made me my
And
first
you can tell
load of
by
money, too.
The little UI
Kitted
that
it
comes
out
up
for
next to
some
the
mining
NPCs,
and-
which shows sort of their rank and how tough they might be. And these guys just had all the badges. They had clearly like the top military rank. It was gold. There were chevrons and wings and all sorts. And they had this really badass armor. And they just showed us what for. You know,
It really was. It was difficult. And I'll share another fun story about.
Now
this.
that I've unlocked engineering and stuff
we
like that,
decided
I
we
should
just
go back
into
and
no, we decided we didn't.
boost my keel back, actually.
I am doing good. I got the engineer I was working to get and got him grade 5D.
Nice.
And we got into a settlement where we were quite. It looked the same, but it
Nice,
was
that's
not
awesome.
the same settlement at at all. So we went into it. It was like a test.
I only just
We
started doing the
weren't really
engineer
paying
stuff
attention.
recently,
The power building actually had a different doorway
because
and
my
exit. So where we
T9
suddenly knew what we
here,
were doing,
this
suddenly this other door opened,
giant
and they
space
come
bus
pouring
was
in
too
through the other
slow,
door.
and
We were like, oh.
I wanted to get him kitted up to be able to do longer cargo hauls.
The question I saw there was, why didn't I destroy the Viper and the Vultures on a combat air patrol?
So I've been doing that.
Two reasons. One, firstly, the minute I started kicking off, it made things very.
And now I've just been
You
doing
mean a
this
flying
community.
coffin?
Two,
Yeah, that one.
you really don't want to start fighting.
Yes, that one.
When the power's on, because the base's defenses are potent, and they will shred you quite happily whilst you're up there doing all your fancy stuff, trying to fight Vipers and Vultures. And I was quite confident with the. In fairness, another reason why the weapons.
That one
had,
exactly.
The Crusader. Was all cannons, and the reason I picked it
I just like chilling out and doing cargo missions, you know?
I'll be honest. You only kind of see a
Which is
little
why
bit.
I got
Did a
the
few runs where the Crusader
T9.
comes in and it's like churning up the ground with bullet fire, but that editing that run didn't
Get the cutter.
You see it sort of ceiling and stuff like
Get the
that.
cutter.
It wasn't-
Yeah.
So it was set up really for like.
I really don't like the way they look,
I wasn't really supposed
to
do
be
it,
honest.
but you can absolutely go in and be able to sort of lay down.
I don't know if it's
Yeah, definitely.
you know, me being a Firefly
on the CG, but haven't
fan,
signed up at the megaship. It will count.
Expanse
I think, if you
fanboy,
sign up
but,
and
like,
then hand in your
there's
stuff,
just
and you
something
can hand
about
it in
those
without being signed up.
smooth
I
white
don't think it will
alien-looking
count, so make
ships
sure
that
you
I
do
don't
sign up
jive
for
with.
cashing in bounties
Blasphemy.
or delivering goods.
Unfollows.
Someone else in the chat,
LOLJK.
Bester1902, asked what happens when we die. That's a bit deep and philosophical for.
I know it's
the
not a
Danish
popular
stream,
opinion at all, but I just don't like
what I
them.
will say is, in Odyssey, we did touch on this, I think, during the interview with Gareth. Much like now, you'll have a screen. It won't be a rebuy screen as such. It's been sort of updated to allow for the fact that you might not even have a ship. You might just be an on-foot geese. So it's more of like a respawn screen now that caters for both situations. And then, depending on your situation, so if
Put
you
the
had a
kit
ship,
on it. It is one sexy
active
by
nearby, then you're still on your
EEA.
ship, in the orbit of whichever planet you were closest to.
Okay, text to speech, chill
Otherwise,
out.
It will be the last starport that you'll respawn at.
Someone's asked, will there be any...
I actually haven't even looked at the kit on it.
Absolutely. Like the entire game, everything in it, you can do single player. There's nothing in there you can't do on your own. Obviously, things are easier.
I'm not like super opposed to the Empire grind, the reputation grind. I don't mind that stuff, so that's not really keeping me from it. I just think I like the industrial looking ships more. Look at this bad boy. Look at this beaut. I mean, this isn't my favorite looking ship
sure.
either, but I think my favorite looking ship right now is the Crusader, actually.
There are all these missions and mission types.
I just kitted one out, outfitted it for Odyssey Alpha. Got the big guns, got the fighter bay, got the SRVs.
But again, you don't have to use missions. You can literally do what you want. You can rock up to an outpost, and you can just decide you want to cut the power, steal the goods, or sabotage something, and that's up to you. That entirely plays out emergently as you
I wish there was a good kit for the Type 9.
around combat either. There's going to be exploration stuff, and I know people are keen to see that. I am keen to get that stuff together and show you all. There's some really fun stuff with points of interest. Go to and see crashed down ships and sort of have a look at those. There's lots
I
of stuff
wish.
to look at that isn't just shoot, bang, bang.
Holds up 3 fingers and says choose one.
Absolutely. Someone in the chat says respawn in orbit A. Yes, but if you had a ship, it might you'd be bonked back into your ship in
The
orbit
first
rather
one?
than just as yourself in a suit, which wouldn't be very good. But does remind me of a very funny thing which happened quite early on during recording, which was exactly that. So obviously with the dev powers that we have, we can move commanders and ships around and that sort of thing, and we did that for the first time when we were doing the playthrough, forgetting that we weren't on a ship when we tried to move one of our characters, which resulted in someone who was exactly that, in orbit, just in their spacesuit, which is not a position you would want to be in.
The big
and
one
won't be able to
holds
get
up
into.
the middle finger.
That is not saying that
Perfect.
there is not zero G stuff. Yes. I did see a question
Yes, that one.
about, what was it? Lots of people ask me how long the alpha's going to last. As I said, I will get that messaging out as soon as I can to you guys. It's not going to be like full. I think it's. Oh, I'm not putting myself right here. Look, I'll be honest with you, chat. I think, and I need to double check my notes. I think it's 6 weeks, but I need to double check it.
Oh shit! Arthur just said the alpha is going to be 6
6
weeks
I'm
long.
just going to find out, but I never lied to you, chat. So
That's pretty good.
What I have in my head.
Guess what I did for the first time today?
What's that? I'm gonna guess that you blew up your ship inside of a station.
Including spooky.
Sounds like something you would do.
Meet around hollow.
Mid-Arand Hollow. I don't know what that is. Can you tell me what that is?
You know what? I would love to. Let's see. Let's see if we can find them wherever they are in the galaxy. I think maybe like a certain movie, they maybe all split up and gone to different jobs and stuff, and now we have to assemble them. See if we can. Sorry, Bruce.
I was going to say, S. Hammerlin or Shane Lin, either way, asks what's the difference between a compromised nav beacon and a regular one. I think the compromised one just has more power-ups around it. I could be wrong, chat, let me know, but I think that's basically the difference. It'll be in a system that's in a bit more turmoil than a regular one.
Go to Epsilon Indy and find out for your goddamn self.
Find out for your goddamn self. Okay, well I'm in Epsilon Indy.
STV Ace asks in-person job interviews for crew. I mean, you'll be able to do that quite literally with other players in social spaces.
Absolutely, yeah.
If you want to roleplay that kind of thing, I mean, yeah, absolutely. In terms of actual NPC crew, that I'm not sure about, but for other people, yeah, definitely do it.
Commander Chris Wu says, I want to be the first commander to land and walk in the sun or a black hole. Well, Commander Chris Wu, I'm fairly certain if you are, you won't be around to see the platitudes that are given to you after said walking into the sun or a black hole. So I
you go here?
Have fun.
Just on an aside, I like Neil deGrasse Tyson. I was watching him. I often watch his stuff. I think he's
is this
talking about black holes, and someone asked me a question: could a black hole?
No, it's 0.9 Gs. That's not bad.
And he said, realistic answering.
What's the problem with it? I don't get it.
They would eventually consume themselves and become a giant black hole. However, it's a way more complicated answer.
I kind of want to go on top of this mountain, though.
At a certain point, there would be the particles that pass in between them, like in an S shape.
Go land.
Go back in time, right?
They would go back and forward. They would see themselves in time.
Go land.
Space and time.
Am I gonna have to?
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
Am I sacrificing my ship to do that, or what?
I think it's a second grade kid asks the question.
I think that's when I watched.
I don't want to pay the revive fee.
I double dare you.
Tyson's first reaction is, you're thinking of questions at like a 12th grade level.
Fine, let's do it.
But yeah, that's
I triple dog dare you.
Listening to that guy talk about science.
Yeah, he's big brain, right? Big brain energy, very big brain.
Whereas I am small brain because I went to a degraded admissions threat where actually I wanted something else, probably weapons fire, because there were only materials rather than baddies. The place I went to, so forgive me.
Super Goldeneye says kids are very smart. They are very smart. They also tell no lies, which is terrifying when you hand them a microphone because you never know what they're gonna say. So there is an adage.
Hold on one sec. I got a phone call.
Animals or children, and there's a reason for that because you can't predict what they're going to do.
And I missed it.
Chat is moving pretty fast.
All right.
You're flying a Mamba. I love the ship. Are you flying the flak Mamba, Bruce?
I am flying that Mamba, the one that was designed for us by Plater.
Bit jelly, I didn't actually join in on this one. I was
Oh, is this the really fast moon?
See, that was sold.
It is.
If you said that, I'd have been straight in.
Maybe next time. Although we've used this one for quite a while now. I do want to switch it up.
Well, I want to
and
be
find
going
some
this
other
way.
builds to use, but it is all reliable. Yeah, to get up and close and personal and just blast them.
Can we drop or lose our weapons? I don't believe you can. No, you can't lose your weapons. So when you die, anything in your backpack will be lost and the mission will fail. And the backpack stuff is quite interesting because depending on what suit you're wearing is the capacity of things you can carry. So obviously the scavenger suit or utility suit has like a large capacity. So when you're going around doing this sort of scavenging stuff, you want to put together really expensive stuff and keep it. Whereas if you go into one of these situations with, say, a tactical suit, not only will you find it more difficult to get into areas because you have to use e-breaches or other means, you won't have as much carrying capacity as well. So you either have to do several runs, which then puts you at risk of maybe other scavengers turning up, other players turning up, etc. But yeah, if you do die, you lose stuff that's in your backpack.
Dodger asks, how many players can join a combat team? Is it the same as wings? Yeah, I mean, you could team up with commanders. You don't even necessarily have to be in a wing, but obviously for the best experience, you would ideally be winged up, which as currently is going to be up to 4 commanders.
Someone says, are there tiers of different suits? You can modify your suits and you can modify your weapons. So there are different mods, and they do get better with them. So the higher tier suit does have a higher tier tactician suit. Sorry, will have better armor slash shields, etc., etc. Can we stream the alpha on Twitch? Great question. Yes, you can.
Someone wants to know if there are places which are reachable on foot, which won't be reachable on SRV. Yes, that's absolutely. I mean, especially in settlements, the buildings and interiors, which we didn't really show off much on the mission playthrough, obviously, with the exception of the power room. But every building you saw there, pretty much. No, in fact, every building you can actually hop into, and they're quite in depth, and there's lots of stuff in there to see and to interact with, which, yeah, you absolutely wouldn't be able to fit an SRV into.
Yeah. Orange thinks asked about the camera suite. To my shame, I didn't really mess around too much with the camera suite.
Turn that off, please. I am not into spoilers.
Luke,
oh, okay.
The external shots he was using.
Copy that.
I want to be surprised.
True. Have you not watched the video that they released last week then? I feel you, man. I do. Hold on, let me just turn my game back up then.
Sorry, I didn't know what they were talking about until just now.
Oh no, it's all good.
Landing gear deployed. Hull integrity compromised. Taking damage.
What? Why does it want me to? Doesn't think that's suitable. It's all good, my friend. That's fucking sweet. Well, that was fun. Wait for the planets to come back around.
The fun part is getting off.
I bet.
Giggity. LOL.
Alright, let's do this.
I would be dizzy.
Landing gear retracted. Frameshift drive charging. 3, 2, 1. Engage.
You hit me like a wrecking planet.
Well, that was fun. Thank you for convincing me to go try to land there.
Curiosity.
It was intense. I mean, I could see tons of like pilots just crashing into that moon. We're trying to chase it around. That would be funny too.
I think 20 crashed ships are on it.
Oh, really? Like as part of the lore, you mean? Because that would be awesome.
Yeah.
I love that this game does that. I went to the Jameson crash site recently for the first time, and that was really cool to learn all about what happened there.
Dude, get the rest.
Get the rest of what? The rest of what?
That audio line.
Wait, what audio line?
There are 6 others.
The audio from the Jameson crash site, or?
OMG fucking noobs.
Oops. Pressed the wrong button. What are we talking about, Killer Clown? I am new, yes. New-ish. But I'm figuring it out. Having fun figuring out the game on my own, and
That is actually part of a big conspiracy.
what is part of a big conspiracy? I think I'm just not... I don't know what you're talking about. The Jameson crash site kind of thing? Or the moon we were just on?
Jameson's audio logs.
Oh. Yeah, I think I got... are you saying that there's 6 different sites, or there's 6 audio logs at that one site? Because I think I got all of them.
Yes. Six different sites.
Oh.
Got a DBX or ASP?
I have a DBX, yeah. It's pretty well kitted out. That's what I went out to the crash site with last week or so.
Please hold.
Please hold. Okay.
Approval granted. Plot route for approach to landing pad 3-2.
Scan detected. hold at maximum capacity.
Docking coupler disengaged. Depart safely from the station.
Power integrity compromised.
What? I didn't touch anything. Fuck you, Holly.
Scan detected.
Oh, my stomach is hurting. Oh, almost perfect.
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
All right. Yeah, I have 26,000. The current bottom is 24. Yeah, I think I might call the stream for right now. I had a bunch of energy beforehand, but now my stomach is just bothering me real bad. I think everyone that came out say hello. I appreciate the follow from Killer Clown, and hope all of you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. I might be back on Elite later tonight, but I probably won't be streaming. Just feeling a little under the weather lately, and trying to just have chill streams, but I need to go eat something and maybe get my mind off of shit for a bit and hop back on later and try to ensure that we're gonna make this top 10% finish on this community goal. We're also only like 10% away from getting elite in trade, and we're getting about 3% per trip, so 3 or 4 more trips and we should have our first elite rank, which is super awesome. I really love the trading in this game and just spending time traveling between systems, between stations, and yeah, I appreciate anyone that came by to say hi, and apologies that we're cutting the stream off. I'm going to wrap things up by playing that awesome song by fellow elite streamer Liska-chan, and yeah, you guys take it easy in 07. I will catch you guys on the next one.
Spinning